Welcome back to Signature Builds, and today you join me sorting a problem out on the new house. Ever since we chopped the trees down, well, the DOGGY can now jump the wall and get out into the open. Not that she's done it yet, but there is a big chance that she may continue to do it. So we're off to the builders merchants to pick up some stuff, and I'm going to put a little cheap temporary fence up before the wall comes down, because we need to get diggers into the garden once the planning's agreed. Come with me, let's go grab the materials, and I'll show you how you can knock a little bit of a timber fence up if you've got a half wall.
Shake a little, move a little, got me like the glitter in my eyes. Find me in the middle of a moment, baby.
I tell you what, ever since leaving employment, it has been a bit of a wild roller coaster. Obviously, income has dropped, but what is nice is the fact that I can have time to squeeze things in like this in my morning and not have to worry about asking my employer for permission and then coming back to the office and they see the timber on the roof and they're like, yeah, where have you been? So yeah, it is nice, but obviously work takes priority. So this morning I'm going to nip to the timber merchants, pick up all the stuff, come back, and then we can sort it. But I'm not going to lie, I'm pretty tired at the minute. It's taken its toll. So I'm going to go and get, I think, something to take the edge off it, which of course is a latte in style.
I can feel the beat just for me. I can't get enough.
And the place we are, of course, going to is GR Eggs. When I left employment, Chris, my mate, decided to treat me to his last Campuchuchu on me. So I'm going to pick that up and then we'll head over to Howarth Timber. We have the goods. That is a very, very nice car. I want one of those. Lotus Emira. Cheers, Chris. The last Campuchuchu on me. Oh, it was spitting a minute ago down there, mate. Yeah. This is where cable ties come in handy. Don't judge me. Could have done with the bigger ones, really, but just have to quadruple them up. Little trick of the trade. Not the most ideal thing, but I'll stop the timber slap and I put a couple around the end. That was £35, which I don't think is too bad. It's not too competitive. But what I'm going to actually do, well, in fact, I've got the receipt here. It was 7.2 metres of the 3x2. That came to £12.66 plus the VAT. And then 14.4 metres of the 22B100, which is the fence panel. And that came to £16.76 plus the VAT. So £35.30 all in all. What I am going to do, though, is with the works we've got planned for the house, given how much work is needed and how many materials will be needed if we get the go-ahead on planning, probably going to set up an account with these. So I've got the guy's card and the name, Sean Malarkey. What a name that is. No Malarkey. Oh, you've got timber on your roof with cable ties. I'm not going to speak too soon. I have done this before. I'm not going far. That doesn't mean that it's the correct way to do it, but those ties are not going anywhere. There's 6 ties on each point. Stay there, mate, I'm coming out. It's bouncing a bit because it is 4-odd meters, but we'll get home, get it unloaded, and then I'll show you the plans for how I'm going to basically make this cheap fence. It's not even a fence, it's just to make the wall a little bit taller, but let's get home. I bloody told you I'd make it. I honestly do not know what I'd do without this truck sometimes. So you're probably wondering, what is the thought process for this? Well, obviously at the minute that wall is very, very shallow and there's trunks in the way. This will all get relaid and there's a new fence going in, but the problem we have is diggers need to get in and out of here, so it's pointless putting the new fence in now. Basically, I need it to be about there. So this is where, very temporary design, just gonna get that bit long, needs cutting, and we're just gonna carry that through at that height with some battens to stop the dog getting out. Simple, basically. I started off by drilling a 6mm hole using an SDS drill. The fixings I'll be using are called concrete screws and you will need a Torx bit for them. The beauty of these fixings is that they don't require any secondary plugs. They screw straight into masonry. I then made sure the stud was level before drilling the second fixing hole. Don't worry, it's not going to be that high. I'm just literally going to put those battens up now, spread them out, ping a chalk line through and then start to chop them off. Now I'm measuring the overall distance to work out how many studs I'd need to put in. It worked out 5 studs over 5 metres. Once I'd marked the spacings, it's just a case of repeating the process. Then I started to screw the fence lap with the help of Soph and the dog. This one I drove into the ground with a lump hammer as the wall was too low to get a second fixing. And it was now clear that I needed some more timber, so I nipped back to the merchants to grab some. Once the top board was in, I cut off the excess from the studs. After fixing the remaining fence lap, it looks like this. I also decided to build the same style fence on the opposite side of the gate. This was just to maintain symmetry and also because I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. Oh, managed to just finish that just before the rain come in. Temporary measure. The gaps on that side are a lot closer together than they are on this side, and that's literally because that wall has got that many steps in it. I just couldn't get it to look right unless I took it a lot higher, so it's just enough to stop the dog getting out. And yeah, now it's pissing down. So what I'll do is I'll show you how I fixed it all together. What I did, I went back to the merchants as well to get a couple more boards just to put this trim on the top, just to finish it off slightly and make it look that little bit neater so you can't see the posts, and it'll stop the rain getting onto the posts and rotting them. I've done the same this side. It's typical, every time I go to do something on the house or outside, it always rains. I'm just going to put you down there a sec. I'm just going to take my boots off. Oh shit, I've walked mud in the office. So first of all, the fixings I've used are 75mm concrete screws, and they've got a very aggressive sharp thread on them. They're about 10 quid for a box of 100 on Amazon. Cheapest place to buy them, couldn't find them anywhere cheaper. Even in the builders merchants, they were like double the price. A few of you might actually be wondering and thinking, why has he not put proper posts in all the way up and put a proper fence up? Well, the answer to that is, because we're submitting planning permission to put an extension on the side, that's just a little clue into the plans. I'll reveal them properly when I know what's actually going on. So the fence is there really to stop the dog getting out, but then it's not going to be too difficult to actually remove it when we do need to start getting some big machinery in. I don't actually know the process of how we're going to build it. I know what we're going to try and do. We're going to try and build the new extension to roof height, get the fascias on and everything, get it weather tight, and then knock through the property last, because there's quite a few steels to go in. So, how much did the fence cost to build? Well, I ended up going to Howarth Timber twice, just because I stupidly underestimated it. The plan was to just heighten the bit of the fence nearest the bush, and then I thought it looked a bit naff, so I'll go back and get some more timber. So the first bill that I got from Howdens was £35.30. The second bill I got was £48.71. So that comes to £84 and a penny. And then for the concrete screws on Amazon, they were £9.99. So that should take us to a round number, if my maths is correct, £94. I think that is an absolute bargain. 94 quid to put in 12 metres of fence. You can't really moan at that. Yes, it's not a full height fence, but if we go on the maths of paying a joiner to come out and do it, there's probably a day's labour on there. So let's say roughly round here, a day's labour for a self-employed tradesman's about 320 quid. It would have cost £414. So realistically there, I've saved the cost of the labour. Now, yeah, you might think that's a bit excessive, 320 quid. Obviously prices fluctuate all over the UK, but I'm finding it very difficult to get any sort of tradesman out for anything less than around £300 to £350 a day. Even the stump grinder guy that came to do the stumps, he was here 2.5 hours, 350 quid. I thought that was reasonable. I was roughly expecting around 100 quid a stump, and that's what it worked out. With that said, give us a like and subscribe, give us a follow, drop us a comment below, and then also I've got a bit of a dilemma. The boiler has decided it doesn't want to hold any water anymore, but you'll have to wait till next time to see how I overcome this.